prayer, Salah, is your answer to everything. You want more peace in your life? You pray. You want direction? You pray. You want a dua answered? You pray. You want success? You pray. Dua and prayer are literally the keys to success in your life. Without your prayer, you literally have nothing. Your prayer is the foundation to everything. And alhamdulillah, we live in a time where having access to places of prayer is so easy. Like, we don't struggle, especially here in London, when it comes to prayer spaces. We don't have that struggle. I was out today in central London and I just thought to myself, how blessed and how lucky are we to live in a country that's a Western country, yet we have prayer spaces dotted all over that gives us no excuse to miss our prayers. And I was reflecting and thinking to myself that, look at the world around us. It's so chaotic. There's so much going on. We're constantly distracted, yet we're called to prayer by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 times a day, to go, to disconnect, to remind ourselves of our purpose, and to just slow down and to just reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your soul. And this is the problem, and this is what I think a lot of people are lacking. They are so out of touch with themselves because they are so distracted by everything going on around them. And in one of my Instagram posts the other day, I was talking about how reflection is so necessary if you want to make change in your life. The problem is that not enough people are reflecting. When you reflect, you think about the things that work for you, the things that don't work for you. You have that moment of silence to hear your own thoughts and to hear your own voice. But the problem is that with the distraction that we are surrounded by, we have no time to hear our own thoughts and our own voice, and we don't even know who we are. And this is a problem. And this is why I think prayer is so important, because it gives you that time to slow down. It forces you to take a break from this chaotic world and to sit with your thoughts and to reflect about this dunya, reflect about the akhirah, reflect about how important Islam is to us, reflect on this lifestyle of ours. And this is why Allah always says, even if you are sinning and you're drinking alcohol and you're committing zina, still pray. And a lot of people might be thinking, well, how does that make any sense? You're committing these big sins. You should be ashamed to stand in front of Allah. And while I can see that perspective, you need to remind yourself that when you come to prayer, you are more likely to eventually come back to Allah, to eventually fix your ways. Because every time you stand in prayer, you remind yourself of the importance of Allah. You remind yourself of the importance of Salah, and that might bring you back. That reminder every single time will cleanse something in you. And honestly, the peace that you feel after you pray is priceless. You feel like this weight being lifted off your shoulders, and it's like every time you fall in sajda, it's almost like everything of this world just falls off and nothing matters anymore, like nothing is important. Now think about how important that is for you to have any kind of peace in your life. And another major thing that I want you to remember is that successful people, what they will have in common is that they have discipline in their lives. And as Muslims, honestly, we are lucky because we get a head start when it comes to discipline. From a young age, we're told about prayer, how important it is, 5 daily prayers every single day that we must stick to and that we'll be asked about. And when you apply that in your life, you have that discipline. You know that you have to get up early for Fajr. You know that you have to, no matter what you're doing in your day, you have to take that break and you have to go and pray. And it literally instills discipline in you. And this is one thing that I love, because when it comes to doing new things, if a Muslim practices discipline with their prayer, then I promise you, you will find it so much easier to do other things that require discipline. And successful people also, they say they wake up early, and we're told to wake up early for Fajr. So when you think about prayer, prayer literally lays the foundation for success, but not many people take it seriously. And this is genuinely problematic. People want success, but they're not willing to do the work for it. If you can't even stand in front of your Lord, who has commanded you to pray and who has blessed you in so many ways, and you can't just take out 3 minutes of your day, 5 times a day, to stand in gratitude and to just obey a command that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you, then I don't know for you, that's a bit of a difficult situation to be in, because how then, if you can't respect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your creator, how are you going to take anything else in your life seriously?